Diversity of life. From the depths of the ocean to the freshwater lakes, rivers, and streams, from the bountiful Acadian and boreal forests to the bustling urban core, from the low-lying wetlands and salt marshes to the vast and open grasslands, Nova Scotia is filled with hundreds of species of animals, and each one is unique. Animal species can be grouped into categories such as mammals, birds, fish, reptiles, amphibians, and insects. Each species plays a role in the biological diversity of Nova Scotia and makes this province the special place we know well. Why do we classify organisms? Humans often classify organisms or sort them into groups using the similarities and differences between their characteristics. We classify organisms so that we can understand them and how they interact with the environment. However, the way we classify them is always changing as we learn more information through scientific discovery. Let's take a look at this time-lapse scene from the ocean. There are so many different species that you can observe in this one small area. How many living things do you see? How can you tell each organism apart? How can you sort the organisms into groups? Let's observe three common species that you may find in Nova Scotia, along with their unique characteristics: humans, lobsters, and sea stars. How are these three organisms similar or different? These organisms are similar because they are all living things and they each have a skeleton. These organisms are also different because they each have a different type of skeleton. Let's look at how we can classify animals based on what type of skeleton they have. All animals are either vertebrates or invertebrates. Vertebrates have a backbone that is a part of their skeleton that is inside their body. Fish, amphibians, birds, and mammals are all vertebrates. Invertebrates do not have a backbone. Instead of a backbone, invertebrates can have a soft body or a hard skeleton that is outside of their body. Invertebrates make up 98% of all species on Earth. Worms, insects, and many creatures you'll find in the ocean are invertebrates. Humans have a skeleton with a backbone inside of their body. This means that we are vertebrates. A human skeleton is made up from hard, mineralized material and includes 206 bones. Here you can see the arm bone, rib bones, and the vertebrae. Lobsters have a skeleton outside of their body that makes a hard outer shell. This means they are invertebrates. Their shell cannot get bigger as the lobster grows, so they will molt, or shed their shell, and form a new shell as it grows. Sea stars have a skeleton that is formed by fluid-filled compartments in their body. They are also invertebrates. We classify both lobsters and sea stars as invertebrates, even though their skeletons are very different. How is each skeleton similar or different? What do you notice about each organism? Let's take a closer look at the lobster. The lobster's hard outer skeleton helps protect against predators, supports its body, and gives its muscles something to attach to for the lobster to move. We learned earlier that we classify or group lobsters with other species of invertebrates. We can continue to group lobsters with other organisms that have similar characteristics. Lobsters are also part of a larger grouping of animals called arthropods. Arthropods have an outer skeleton, a segmented body, and legs with many joints. Animals like insects, spiders, lobsters, and crabs are classified as arthropods. How can we tell different arthropods apart? To tell arthropods apart and learn more about their characteristics, let's take a closer look at a wasp. This is a wasp. Wasps are insects that have a skeleton on the outside of their body. Here you can see it has 3 body segments, 2 large compound eyes located on the side of its head. It has 2 pairs of wings and 2 pairs of antennae. And if we turn our wasp over, we can also see it has 3 pairs of legs, and it has a stinger at the base of its body. Wasps can be found in many types of habitats, like meadows, forests, orchards, and urban environments. How is the wasp similar to or different from these other arthropods? What characteristics do you think are most important for sorting arthropods? How does each organism's characteristics help it to survive in its environment? Identify similarities and differences between these arthropods and sort them into groups that make the most sense to you. Think of other arthropod examples around you that you can add to your groups.